Hi there, I'm Sid, and you probably know by now that Apple has launched two new iPhones, and I've given you my opinions on it in a separate video. However, in this video I'm going to talk about the older iPhones. When new phones come, older phones get cheaper, and if they are a bit too old, they get even more cheap. In fact, some of the iPhones right now are at an all-time low price. You can get iPhones for under 20,000 rupees in India, which would roughly be around $320 in the United States of America if you're joining us from there. So in this video I would be telling you whether it makes sense to buy a cheaper iPhone in 2016, and if so, which ones are there for you to buy. So I'll be starting with the iPhone 4S because anything below that is just too outdated. You can get an iPhone 4S in India right now for under 10,000 rupees, and in USA the price is even more cheaper. You can get it for $150. And if you go for a refurbished one, the rates come down even further. Let me give you a quick overview on what all you'll get in an iPhone 4S. You'll get a 3.5-inch screen, which is very compact. You would get an Apple A5 processor. You'll get an 8 megapixel of camera, and you have a glass back. It has a glass design. The phone would not receive the iOS 10 update this year, so it is still running last year's software. And even though it has 3G support, the phone does not support 4G. So should you be buying the iPhone 4S in 2016? In my honest opinion, no. I still see a couple of people holding it. However, it's a 5-year-old phone and it is very slow. But having said that, if you need to give it to your grandmother, or a domestic help, or a driver, or someone who just needs to use the phone for calling or maybe checking a couple of emails, he can buy that phone. However, if a phone takes 30 to 40 seconds to open an app for you to just book a cab, the phone surely is outdated. Next up is iPhone 5, and this actually is pretty interesting because it has a 4-inch display, which is the same resolution that you would get on an iPhone SE, which was launched this year only, and it has the same metallic look and feel, again, which is similar to the iPhone SE. So that makes the phone quite relevant here. The phone will also receive an update to the iOS 10 this year, which makes it cooler. And I have not used the phone on iOS 10, I have used it on iOS 9 however. And if you disable the animation and turn the parallax effect off, the phone's performance is quite manageable. However, the phone does not have 4G. So I would not be recommending it to everyone because there are better phones to buy with that support. And that brings us to the next phone, iPhone 5C. The iPhone 5C comes with a more durable polycarbonate finish, which to some people might be kiddish. However, the phone gives you the same set of specifications as the iPhone 5, and the battery life is in fact a bit more than the iPhone 5. Plus, the phone gives you 4G support in India, and that's the reason I could recommend this phone to a few people. If someone desperately needs an iPhone, he could go for an iPhone 5C, or someone who has a MacBook and wants to complete the ecosystem, the iPhone 5C just works fine. But if you want more acceptable performance, I strongly recommend spending a few more grands and getting the iPhone 5S instead. For the difference of money, you would get a 64-bit processor, you'd get slightly better cameras, and you would even have a fingerprint scanner on your phone. In fact, I've done a separate video review, a full-fledged video review of the iPhone 5S in 2016. If you have not checked that out already, be sure to do that. But what I've noticed is that from iPhone 5 to iPhone 5S, there's not much difference in the rear camera performance. But that's something subjective, so I'll show you some samples for you to judge them better. Now, having said all that, do I condone buying an older iPhone to everyone? No. Apart from the age factor, most of them have a poor battery life. And there are better Androids to buy at this price bracket in the market right now. However, if someone wants the Apple experience, if someone desperately wants an iPhone, or someone who already has an Apple product and wants to complete the ecosystem, for instance, you get some form of continuity even with the iPhone 4S. You can still make calls on your Mac through your iPhone 4S, which is pretty cool. And features like these add to the user experience. So if you're after that, you now know which iPhones to buy at what price. Now that's a wrap on this quick video I wanted to share with you guys. Do tell me in the comment box below what you think of the older iPhones, or what you think of the newer iPhones, or if you need some buying suggestions. Meanwhile, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. I'm on Twitter, you can follow me there. And do not forget to like this video and share it with your friends. My name is Sid. Ciao.